there. Tricky Tractor Tracy here. Anyway, what I've been doing is mowing in the prairie. I know it doesn't really look like a golf course out here, but it's a prairie. And anyway, so we burn it every number of years, but in between we have to control noxious weeds. They can range anything from thistles, grapevines, multiflora rose, to certain kinds of trees that we don't like black locust, quaking aspen, some silver thing that I have to go find the patch that's up there that I discovered. But anyway, I particularly like trees, so against my mother's will, I have left trees, and I'm a big ochre tree. Not all of these trees are leaving, but the oaks are just starting to have buds. Not really leaves yet, but buds. So if you see any looking like dead sticks, some of them are oak trees. There are some buckthorn too, and we hate buckthorn. Buckthorn were brought over by them Scottish people to use as a fence row because they were too cheap and too lazy to build fences. Oh boy, am I going to get a lot of hate now. I'm just kidding. They did bring them over, but they apparently work too well because we still have a plethora of them. But they are the first to green in the spring and the last to green in the fall. And we have a neighbor out the lake who puts his beard in like that. He's the first one with the pear in, he's the last one. So my brother calls him the buckthorn of Hey there, Jeff. Anyway, right here next to me are a couple things. We'll just go along and look at them. So just kind of show you what I'm looking for. And honestly, the biggest thing I found the other day when I was mowing, a couple of turkey nests. I took pictures of them. So I'm also making sure that I don't hit a bunny nest because we know how much I love bunsies. So anybody who comes out here mowing, if they hit a bunny nest, they have to raise them. I will help them, you know, get it started, but they've got to raise them. So 19 last year. Okay, so should we carry on?
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking right now at a grapevine, and it does not produce grapes, or at least this one doesn't. And then a little bit further over, is multiflora rose. That's not a big rose bush, but it is horrible. It will grab onto you. Hey, I don't know if you can catch that. See the red-winged blackbird up in that tree? It's the one. That one right there flying. They will land on these sticks that are old from the prairie last year. All this dead stuff is just from the prairie flowers. Okay, the thing on your right is a honeysuckle. That is probably not the prettiest bush up here, but it's a honeysuckle. And what we're trying to do is get all this stuff out of here, not the honeysuckle, but bad stuff, before all the pretty wildflowers come up. And if you start asking me to name wildflowers, I can't do it. That's Prince in the Pulpit right there. That's a cut plant just starting. The yellow stuff that's really coming up here, I gotta take a picture of it with my camera because I don't remember what it is. But I have some favorites out here. But this one right here is the Prince in the Pulpit. But that's kind of cool. It gets berries on it. So anyway, I'm gonna start up and go mow some more because it's mowing. Okay, Catfish brought me something for lunch here. Anyway, these are tent caterpillars. They're very, very bad, and some of them are exiting the nest. So we need to go take care of these really quickly. But anyway, so it can go in my, unless you got a place on that 4-wheeler for it, it can go in my garbage can. But anyway, so maybe if you take it, leave me alone, because I have to go to the bathroom, and I just don't want that recorded. That's what happens when you get in there.
Yep.
Okay. Those are tent caterpillars, and tent caterpillars are so bad because they will actually kill a tree. So we are going to do a roast to them. And in it, I have some beautiful burdock right there. That's another noxious weed, so we're just going to add it together. But anyway, yeah, they're really, really bad. Oh, and earlier I talked about the Scottish, and I said something very not nice. However, I just want you to know, I actually am part Scottish, so I can say that. Okay, and English and German, but my dad's side is Scottish. So, doesn't everybody have kerosene lighter on hand? It's for the fire show. And I have this bucket here to put out the fire. So if you get close up, you'll see these guys, oops, I'm kind of in the flame way. You'll see them kind of going, I'm melting. And the nice thing about, oops, sorry about that, I didn't mean to not turn that off. The nice thing about the kerosene is that it burns a long time. It doesn't have that, burns there. It doesn't have that poof the gasoline does. So anyway. Oh, look at those little dead bodies there. Let's move back into the dead bodies. Yes! We're killing those tent caterpillars. I was trying to get rid of the burdock too. There we go. Trying to just kill it. Yeah, they're just nasty things, Kristen.
We are currently collecting caterpillars.
I didn't want to cut the tree.
Yeah, this is the tree, one of them we wanted to save, so we didn't want to cut it, but we had to pull those things off. So that's what Tracy's doing right now. Would you like to see our...
Chantel's so grossed by them. She goes,
look at them! Look.
There's some smashed ones. These are my mom's gloves. I'm not going to tell her that.